Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We wanted to greet everyone and praying that everyone is in the best of conditions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained at this time and moment, wherever you may be. And we're praying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses the soul with the remembrance and the constant remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's remembrance. Bibarakati la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Through the blessedness of the kalimatu shahadatu an la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the covenant. To proceed, we are going to address the situation at the Hamid Karzai airport in the Kabul. We are very grieved about this matter and are urging the amnesty in which the students, the talibs, gave, that they honor it fully. And they also show goodwill of it also to prove, of course, people are panicking. And we are also getting some very, very disturbing reports. So if we can be more transparent about the amnesty for everyone, inshallah, that would be great. Also, if there are any who are trying with fraudulent papers at the airport, because a lot of people are there based on rumors, that this paper will get you, into the airport. So we should also try to eliminate that. Very important. And we also want to address the matter of who was in charge of Afghanistan prior to the invasion of 2001, as well as the misconception of majority or a numerous amount of Muslims, particularly the younger generation, those who are in their 20s and 30s. They do not really understand who was in charge of Afghanistan before the invasion in 2001. And that is also a problem, along with the fact that many do not understand who they actually are in terms of Muslims and the tariqah that they take. So people are worried about that. We can make some clarity on that. And of course, being that Muslims are brothers and siblings of other Muslims, as the Quran said, it's only right that some of the Muslim leaders, community scholars, inshallah, should go to Afghanistan, and try to iron out things from every country. Yes, every country. Majority should find the leaders and the imams or the elders and try to send them to, sort things out between Muslim siblings. So that also we wanted to, diligently communicate. And third, we are all Muslims, so we have to remember to make dua for, the innocent lives in the Afghanistan, everywhere really. There are some very, very disturbing scenes and cases of people who are Muslim really living in the worst of conditions. Bangladesh, I did not know that, they had their case of very, very large prostitution industry, and that's very bad. That's really bad. They have an entire society in Bangladesh, an entire society that is based off of the prostitution industry. Astaghfirullah, Muslim country. La ilaha illallah. Making dua that we don't see, that we will be able to see the light after the darkness of all of this, inshallah. We also wanted to address a very, very important statement made by a local imam here in Richmond, Virginia. He quoted to have said that 99% of Muslims do not know 99% of the Quran. Okay. And that's a very disturbing, but it is a fact. So not only do they not know it, they're not able to practice it. They have no idea what it means. And that explains a lot, but it doesn't explain everything. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it all. So we are making dua, making very, very sincere dua. And that's in an educated, or a very educated society. That's in a developed country. That's in the Western Hemisphere. You're looking in Africa, you have people who have memorized at a very early age, and all this is nice. But then as far as the meaning of what the Quran is saying, they are not there. And then you go to people who do know what it means, but they still do not have the understanding of why, the circumstances of why it was revealed and how it's actually applicable at all. So we have a very, very, very serious delusioned, if one may want to consider themselves, to find out exactly how much of the Quran they actually know, and what they know of it, how much they're able to connect to other places in the Quran in order to get the true meaning of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Then we have people who memorize it, and because of the fact that they memorize it and they don't know what it means, they probably, in so many cases, are not able to really just give word structure, composition, reading the mechanics of the words. They're not able to do that. In other words, somebody will memorize, an entire juz, and you tell them to spell the word iyaka, and they puzzled. They don't know, and it's a 4-letter word. Saddening. We have that. That's really been very, very interesting. Of course, I think the secret probes have really shocked many people, and what is actually transpiring and how it's going. However, if one does not watch and read the entire content of the channel, it's likely to throw you or them off. Yes, so I actually do get thrown off quite a few times, but that's what the content, that's where the content is helpful, or the purpose of the content becomes very, very helpful to understand and relate to. As far as the advances in, first of all, Sod, the surah, the English Sod is totally under English abstract there. And as we are in the second page of the troops, known as Zumar, this particular abstract, we are expecting to remain in it for at least 24 hours. But of course, we have, finalized the stratagem to get everyone to the Hamims and through Hamims as quick as possible. As far as the recitation is concerned, we are just 3 pages into the heights, Al-A'raf, and we are expecting to be there for another 5 days, if possible, inshallah. it will be a good idea for anyone who has committed their time to research much the tafsir, the sharh of what it is that they're reading of the Quran, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He descended the Quran in its perfection, particularly when it comes to recitation. And unfortunately, people have literally left that science in itself, and that's baffling. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless everyone, wherever you may be, as long as He is satisfied and happy with the one who is actually in service and searches sincerely for the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and according to the teachings of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I think that the Quran, my father's Quran, that particular topic in itself is still very, very fuzzy at this time. We do not have finalization on how that will take place. However, the Sheikh Ahmad Bamba brigades, they're moving fairly well, getting through Nur Daraini, and that's the light of the two worlds. Between, I would love to give it another month. I'm not able to really comment on that particularly. We can also say that the situation here is normalized, and that we're just hoping that people are able, and governments all over the world are able to use the cream of their Muslims to negotiate or to finalize or to mediate. And lastly, this is again for the U.S., current U.S. president, because the money spent on a ghost army, in other words, you were paying salaries, the American government was paying salaries to a ghost army, 19 billion or some crazy number. I mean, the people here in the United States that need to eat, can we repay them for the tax money that we actually gave out of our pockets for that 19 billion? That 19 billion was from the taxpayers. Us, we pay taxes. So we're asking, there are people who are not able to eat, have no place to live. Can we pay them that money back? The other very, very interesting point of the situation also will be that the money spent for the people in the ghost army, the Afghani army, who were just there just to receive salaries and then, be evading, now it's clear that it was just a ghost army. So the money that was paid to that ghost army, is that going to be returned back to us, the citizens who paid the taxes? So number one, can we give the money to the poor people or to the more destitute people to take care of them, make sure of that? And then those of us who, paid it, we want to get it back. So I think this is, very good concern, and hopefully we will have that, or we will have better, because there are also other issues which people here, under the circumstances of this Delta and all of these other things prior to that also, it's just, we would like to build our own societies, and we won't do any ghost things like that. So I think that's practically all we had to narrate at this time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.